Yeah, I used to work in a financial institution. I used to work in a bank in Brazil and a U.S. bank in Brazil.
Okay. Which one was that?
Bank Boston,
Okay.
which became Bank of America.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Wow.
I was a Bank of America employee.
Hmm.
So I didn't want to go anywhere. My life was pretty good. I love to play poker, and I play poker when I can. When I have free time, I play during the weekends. When I get at home at night, I play some tournaments. I play whatever. So I'm happy with that. I don't want to become a pro. So that was actually a conversation in 2007 where most of my friends were going to the WSOP to play the main event, the first time in Vegas. This was 2007. I said, man, I have nothing to do in Vegas. First, it will be really hard for me to get a vacation period at work
Yeah.
because work was massive. It was tough, you
Sure.
know. It was tough. I couldn't get away. And second, I don't feel prepared. I don't feel prepared. But they came to me and say like, buddy, you already play better than us. And we're going. Why are you not going? I say, because I don't want to go that way. I don't want to be a poker pro. That was my instincts at that time. So then in 2007, I won BSOP. I won a Brazilian Series of Poker title, playing my hometown, São Paulo. So I was like getting more close to this, like getting results playing with last time. So it was a kind of natural decision when they offered me a sponsorship. I would. I was a good player. I was a profitable player. I was making way more money than I was making in the bank already, playing part time. So it was a natural decision to make this move.
Without being able to really see your opponents in real life, what strategies should online poker players use to succeed at the virtual table?
Oh, that's a pretty good question for most of the beginners. The answer to that is you need to be mainly really good fundamentally at poker. So that's what poker online brings. You're not mostly most of the time you're not able to make reads. You're not able to like look your opponent in the eye, get the live feeling of things. So the more good you become at poker, the more good decisions you make. It's what's gonna take you there for online poker. It's just simple as that.
That is, I would say, is a exactly how you explained. It's one of those things that's kind of funny, but online still, especially when you're playing not so many tables, you do get tendencies. You may know the player, especially if you're playing with a lot of the same people. If it's a little higher buy-in, now if it's a lower buy-in and there's thousands of players in the field, you're not going to likely see the same players as much. But still, at the table, if you see showdowns, I think that's one of the biggest things. To add to your point, it's like if you're paying attention and alert, and you're like, oh wow, that guy had top pair, top kicker on the river on a pretty safe board, and he checked back. Like, so you start realizing like little things like, all right, he's not going to do this. And it's just, you get information. The answer is, it's not quite the same, but there's still plenty of.
But when you think about the tournaments we play, you're absolutely correct. What I wanted to address and what I meant is that when you play like $1, $2, $5 event, and you play those massive fields,
Yeah.
you're gonna be a winner in that field. Not much for acquiring info. You're gonna be mostly making money because you make better decisions than your opponents.
Yes, exactly. You're exactly right. You want to keep it simple, play good ranges, make good decisions, and you should be in pretty good shape in those large fields.
I think it was something like 16 left.
Okay, so you were so going to bed that night, let's just say 16. I mean, how excited were you? This must have been like out of a movie. Like you look up, you see 1.4 million at this time and you're brand new. What are you even thinking? Is this like a dream? Like how did you sleep?
Man, I was too much of a pro already. That was my problem. I should have been way more humble, way more like down to earth, more seizing the opportunity, and I wasn't. I committed big mistakes there and that was actually turned out to be the best thing for me, because at that point, if I win all the money, okay, and if I win the tournament, I would end up being a piece of shit. I would end up being like the worst human being on earth. I was not prepared to win all the money at all. You know, coming from where I was coming, that was like life changing money. I'll probably grab the money, quit, or grab the money and
Blow it.
spend it all.
Yeah, it could be a really, yeah. I think about that sometimes. Like I have some close calls for second, even like to be certain times. I believe a lot about this, like where there's a
It's
time and a
true.
place for everything, you know. And I think that,
Just the truth.
yeah, because
And
it's you know, I don't want to get too philosophical or deep, but yeah, realistically, like exactly, it's so easy to say, you know, sliding doors, one thing or another, but realistically, it's all part of the journey and the path.
actually,
But
you said about Jason Somerville's name. I mean, that guy is amazing. This guy is simply amazing. Well, he started back in the day. He was inspiration for everybody, you know,
yes,
including myself. I love that guy. And I need to make it to write here and address his name. Actually, the whole Twitch community from poker is it's awesome. You know, when you mentioned Kevin Martin is an amazing guy, James Staples amazing guy. I mean, I lately my two favorite streamers are include yourself and Ben CB because there are people that are doing a lot of stuff for the community, giving a lot of opportunity for people that starting, you know. So these people will be playing you, will be playing me, will be playing other people in the near future. So you're taking care of this ecology, this poker economy. This is amazing. Plus, you guys have no fear. You guys play the big events. You show your face. You show your cards. You don't care. That's freaking. You guys are the bosses. You know. You guys are the boss. That got me inspired to do the same. Because when I open up a 25K and I'm showing my cards, you know how the chat is. Sometimes a little bit toxic. Sometimes it's a little bit like people like what you're doing, and people that have like nothing to talk about, but they still talk about. So you need to be like very okay with what you're doing when you're gonna show yourself. So that's why I think it's amazing. I said this over my stream the other day. That's why I'm repeating that you and BCB doing that. I think it's awesome. And
and
this is amazing for poker. When
yeah,
you look for a poker ambassador, you need to look for people like Kmart.
yes,
You know, people that are gonna bring new people to the game, people that are gonna respect the fans, you know,
yes,
people that are gonna share knowledge for people to not get hurt, for people to understand better what poker game is. One thing that I try to do a lot on my streams to explain what even poker is, for people to talk about poker to their relatives, to talk about poker to their families, because it's something that happens in South America still, that people still think sometimes pejorative about poker game. So as you know, still to date we have no casinos in Brazil. We have no law for those games and whatever. So like we're a new country to this. So it's very important to share this knowledge so people don't get into the game and don't get hurt. They get to the game to have fun, to get entertained, such
yep.
as they go to the movies, such as they do any other activity.
The big part of the market's on the online sites, but is it legal? Is it gray? And give me the difference between live and online poker in Brazil right now.
Yeah, one thing that was really nice and really happened in Brazil is that the poker was really well organized by the confederation, by the Poker Confederation, which means that this is attached to the government. So there are laws and there are authorizations to run all the live poker events. And so for that, big ups to everybody working in the Brazilian Poker Confederation, which has been like also an example for other associations around the world. So live poker is allowed, which is really fun because you allowed to play poker legally, but you cannot play any other game.
Mm.
So the poker games are allowed. So I know that this sounds, when I talk to any North American friend or Canadian friend, they think that's really weird. They cannot play any other game. You can only play poker, and it's legal.
Right.
About the online situation, as you said, there are laws trying to be passed forever, including like casinos, including sports bets. That didn't happen yet. So we are still sitting on the gray area,
Right.
right? But it's not illegal. It's completely not illegal because there's no law saying this is not possible. So
Right.
about the community, we're meaning, I mean, poker is growing really fast, right? And if you check the situation right now, where the big series online and the number of players, I think that Brazil may be on top of the list right now, which means that we have a lot of online pros, very, very, very good poker players. So when you check like a top 10 online list from Brazil, you see that everybody like is really, really good at poker. But I mean, the amount of players is awesome. The amount of players, it's really good, and this can only get better. As I said, that the share of the population that has information about poker, it's really low. I think if you speak about poker, if somebody in North America, what's the percentage of people that understand and know about poker? I would say very high,
Mhm.
like 90% maybe.